There was a period of time when you could show up and you could put in your 9 to 5, go to work, do a good job, and you could go home and you could turn your brain off. And you could plan to put your time in for 30 or 40 years, retire and ride off into the sunset, and it would all work out. Are we living in those times today? No, we're not. The world is evolving and changing too fast. Today it requires more. It requires you to make the commitment to say, I have to be able to adapt fast enough to stay relevant to the world around me. Now, not all organizations, not all leaders are bold and brave enough to throw down the gauntlet to all of their people and to say, essentially, you have to be able to do this. If you want to stay relevant here, if you want to continue to add value, it's no longer a recommendation, it's going to be a requirement. It's one thing to say that, it's one thing to hear that, it's another to step back and to say, how do I live that? Exponential. So number one, unprecedented access. Number two, exponential reach. What do I mean by that? Today, anyone, anywhere in the world can put forth an idea that has the potential to reach the masses, right? In your world, everyone's a publisher. Every single human being is a publisher, and they not only have the ability to publish to their small community, but to the entire world. In an environment where the marketplace is changing as fast as it is, right? Where we need to be able to tap into every perspective and every idea, no matter where it could come from. Right? Sometimes we're coming out of a space where historically the best ideas, the strategies always came from the people at the top who had the most experience. But we know today that past experience is no longer a guaranteed predictor of future success. That doesn't mean, and I'm not discounting or disregarding wisdom, knowledge, and perspective. Do not hear me wrong. But it is no longer a guaranteed predictor of future success. This is a critical moment in history. And we will get to decide and define how we move forward. This is a moment I'm convinced that will be written about in the business books 50 years from now. And they're going to look back on this time and what we did because we are essentially ushering in a new era of what connection and how we get work done will mean. Challenge every assumption that we have. This thought that because we've done it for 20 years, it doesn't mean that it's not relevant or to throw it out, but to challenge yourself and to challenge your assumptions. Many times we do something a certain way because that's the way we've always done it. But it requires you to be able to do a big thing. You've got to be able to question your sacred cows within your life, in your family, in your friends, to the barista that you get coffee from when you step in line. You have an opportunity to impact those people. And we forget this. We forget our power. We start walking around feeling like, who am I? Who am I to be able to positively influence and change and impact and influence people's lives? Who am I to do that? Who are you not to do this? If you're sitting in this room right now, you're some of the most important, powerful people in this entire organization. And more so beyond that, if you're sitting in this room right now, you are one of the luckiest human beings on this planet. Just look around for a second. Look at where you are. Look at this abundance. But if you're here right now, my guess is you probably didn't get here by yourself.